What's up, everybody? Welcome to the weekly program. Today we have Dennis from Oclaire. I'm gonna join him soon. Oh. How you guys doing? It's Saturday. Woohoo! Yay!
Yeah, good to see you, my man. How's it going?
I'm good, man. How are you, brother?
I'm good as well, man. Thanks for
Perfect.
having me today.
Man, that's what I was gonna say, dude. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy, and thank you for coming in, man. It's really nice to have you in the show. Yeah, it's already like the 29th episode, which is crazy, man.
Yeah,
Like,
but dude, like, first of all, thank you for doing this. I don't know. I've seen some of the live sessions with, I don't know, for example, like Frank Turner, of course, or Tim Fontal. Man, it's so inspiring. Really, it's like hearing those people talk about music, about passion, and about like what brought them to music and what are their thoughts behind music. Man, thank you so much. It's awesome. Really.
nah,
Thanks for your
dude.
time and effort.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. Like my mission with this talks is exactly to do that, to spark like a fire within, to make people like take the next step, wherever like this step it takes you, like it can be music, or it can be photos, or it can be, I don't know, like yesterday Tiago was talking about bartending and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, it can be anything, like, but it's to inspire people to probably go out of their comfort zone or their, like, bubble, and try,
Yeah.
try and go forward, man. So today is really good that I have you on the show, because we've been friends for a couple years now. And I watched you, like, I don't know, like, because we just spent time together and toured together. It was cool to see, like, your progression through life and through these, like, circumstances that happens, and like how you deal with things in life. It's a pretty amazing thing to see in a friend, So, but first of all, man, present yourself, because this is going to be uploaded to IGTV and YouTube later. So just say, like, your name, what you do.
All right. My name is Dennis or Oclaire. I'm from Marburg, which is in Germany. I'm doing some folk punk music stuff. I don't know. Technically, I don't know. I don't give a shit about like all those genres. In the end, I'm just pouring my heart out on stage. I think it's pretty much it, right? And yeah, it's all a big adventure. I've seen places I just know from books or stuff, and I don't know. I made good friends like Nelson and tons of others. So yeah, that's me. You find me on the, I don't know, streaming platform, Spotify, whatever. You know the drill.
Oh, Claire, right?
But yeah, all
Cool.
clear.
Perfect. Dude, like, thank you again. First question, man. I kind of tend to do this, like, first question to everybody. Everybody that plays music or do something like artistic or creative. How did your passion for music started? Like, because I know you're, like, doing PhD, and law school, and like, how, like, I don't know how music, like, came into your life, and how influenced, like, you to be the person you are today.
Starting with the easy ones, eh? Actually, man, it was kind of always there. Um, I was singing in choirs when I was, I don't know, 10 or like pretty early. And I don't know, it was always, even in bad times, it was always like a solution to pretty much everything. That's what I noticed pretty early, and a way to express myself. And the more I started to express myself, the more I learned about me, and the more techniques I learned about, like getting out of those dark cloud days. And Yeah, that's pretty much the biggest effect music had on my life. Actually, to get to know myself, to connect to myself, and yeah, and of course, like facing my fears, because like going to travel, packing my bags was always something I was afraid of, and music confronts me with this kind of fear, and right now I'm enjoying it, man, and it's great to see how music helped me to get over my fears, to I don't know, develop myself, to make good friends, to I don't know, see parts of the world I never thought I would see, and to see that pretty much everything is possible if you just go for it. I think that's what you said in the beginning, right?
Yeah, man.
Um, dude, if you give yourself no other chance to do what you want to do, what do you think will happen,
Exactly.
right? So, and yeah, that's one of the biggest things music brought to my life. So, yeah.
Yeah, I noticed like I noticed like you talk about music like something that like it's almost like a meditation or a therapy for you or both, you know, and that is like something I want to pick, you know, because the effect that music has on a person, it's why music is music, you know. And different people like process and feel music in different ways,
Yeah.
but maybe because you have this sensibility, you know, it hits you harder, and I kind of like relate with that, you know,
Mhm.
because I love playing, so it's easy for me to actually feel that like the link between like sometimes music is the meditation, sometimes music is the cure, you know,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
sometimes
yeah. Absolutely,
so
man.
so did like when I don't know if you ever felt that, but when it was like clear that music was something you were gonna do regardless of like your studies and like the other part of your professional life.
Actually, there's no catchy moment I could present right now. It was more like a process. Um, and I don't know, it all started actually in school. There was this, yeah, this school project, school band thing cover. It was pretty crappy, but it was the first time I was able to play an electric guitar, and I will never forget that feeling because man, it was so good. Like you feel the power of the amp, and like it even like yeah, it doubles. Like you can express yourself. It's you, and I love that feeling. And then we started playing some songs together, and actually it sounded not too bad. And then I started to play in my first own bands, and actually, like I said, it's a process, and you know that feeling as well when you play with your bandmates and you don't have
Yeah,
to talk, you know exactly what to do.
yeah.
Like you don't talk, you don't communicate, it just happens, and
Oh
that's
yeah, man.
one of the best feelings in the world, man. And after the first rehearsal with my own band, man, I was just smiling for the next 3 weeks, and I was like,
Dude,
all right, that's it.
that's awesome,
So
man.
man, it's
And
more like a process. There's no show or like I don't know. Many musicians have this kind of key moment which led them to music, but yeah, it's more like a process actually.
in which part of that process you're talking about, Tremere comes in? Because I remember, like, I met you because we played in this festival, Music Schutzgebiet,
Hmm.
and you were playing with Tremere. Then I played after, and came to me as like, oh, dude, I have this project, you like that is like really similar and stuff, so we should do stuff together. But like so I met you through Tremere, like your punk
Yeah,
hardcore, like melodic punk hardcore band.
yeah,
Um, like how did that started? Like
man, that
because
was
it's a really cool band, and I think
thanks,
it's
man.
cool to like let people know about that band as well.
Yeah, that was a funny story. Like I didn't play in bands for some years before because I started to study and I don't know. Um, from my first band, one of my bandmates, my guitar player, had a very bad accident, And I don't know, I didn't felt like, all right, I want another band to start right now. And it took like 2 years or something. And on a show here in Marburg, it was Eggers, actually a post-hardcore band from the
Yep.
UK. I went there and actually uh, in the queue for the club, I actually got to know Benny. And it was like one of those moments you just like at the Musikschutzgebiet. It was like happened like 3 or 4 times in my life so far, but like pretty rare. But man, I just met him. We talked for 5 minutes, and I knew, all right, this could be something. We had the best evening in the world, man. And he said, "Man, I'm playing guitar and I want to form a band." And I was like, "Dude, I really want to play in a band as well again." And actually, yeah, that's where I found back to music actually a little bit. And
What
like,
year was that?
oh, dude, 2014 maybe.
All
I'm
right.
not sure. Um, I'm not prepared at all. But yeah, I think it was 2014, and yeah, it was like it was the feeling like it just had to happen. I got to know one of my closest friends today, and like had the coolest experience with that band. I learned so much about music, and I don't know.
And like because like what you done with Tremere probably influenced you to start oclaire as well, right? Like
Yeah,
because I guess like I had bands as well before, and I still play in bands, but I had the necessity at some point to write like my own acoustic songs and start doing like some chill tunes,
yeah.
and not chill, but like a different like approach to songs. So when did that actually happen to you? When did you started like writing for Oclaire and starting like making Oclaire out?
It was like I kind of always wrote acoustic songs, but actually I was afraid to present them, or I was afraid to like to think, all right, this is good, because it was too much of myself, and
Yeah,
so I was afraid of that. So I always needed that band thing to allow myself to play music, and I don't know. I was at some point of process and like getting to know myself and connecting to myself when I felt the need to, I don't know, get that thing a little bit further, get that going. And actually, that's when I started to write the first of Claire songs. And
yeah,
it was like pretty much the time at the Musikschutzgebiet we met. I think I wrote like 2 songs to that time. And
amazing.
like, I was like, all right, I think I can show this to people, and I think I'm not afraid to play this stuff on stage because it's very personal. And I don't know, I wasn't afraid of myself anymore and afraid of like sharing things because yeah, I don't know. One good thing about music is like at first I thought like, all right, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that, and I don't know. Once I hit the stage and talked about all these kind of things, I met so many people who felt the same way, and I was like, all right, maybe I'm not damaged or strange. Maybe this is just like human.
Yeah, man. Like, and sometimes
And
what I feel is sometimes people really do they just misconcept excitement with fear, and
yeah,
sometimes your body is excited but your mind activates like the fear button, you know. And sometimes all you need to do is breathe and enjoy the moment,
yeah,
because
man.
your body is excited because you're about to probably express yourself and do like a really cool thing that through music you impact people. So I think it's like your body telling you to get ready to kick some ass, like.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
like,
dude, it took some time. Like, it took some time. I had a few shows I was so like caught in my mind. Those shows were horrible because I couldn't get out of my fucking mind. I was just overthinking everything. And I don't know, do you remember that show in Rotterdam we played together? It was the
yes,
Smash Fest thing.
yes,
Dude,
I remember.
I don't know why. I can't tell you why. I had such a bad feeling. Why ever? Um, doing the thing I love the most, which was totally crazy. And there
Yeah,
was,
I
there was,
get you, man.
and that was a lesson, man.
Yeah.
That was a lesson.
No, I get you, brother. I get you, man. Because like, um, I taught this obviously, but this actually has like like a foundation, you know, like when I started playing music and playing like violin, like back when I was like 9, 10, 11 till I was like 16, 17, like I had to do this presentations, like violin presentations, like
Ah, yeah.
concerts, you know, and those were like the real pressure, you know. So for me and for my brain, for my kid brain, you know,
Hmm.
that was like real fucking pressure. So when punk and punk rock arrived in my life and rock and roll and all this kind of like, I was like, oh, you can do music and have fun? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh shit, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna probably tell everybody that it's fucking fun to
Yeah,
do, you know,
man.
like that's my mission, you
Yeah, absolutely. Man, same
know.
thing. I was singing in some choirs and stuff like that. And then like the first band thing. Yeah, I get you, man.
Yeah, dude. And one thing that is interesting about you, man, and I still didn't pick it up in the conversation, was the fact, and obviously, you know, this was gonna arrive to this point, right? The
Yeah,
fact
I
that
was
you
afraid of
study,
that, yeah.
nah, no worries, man. Like, you should be afraid of yourself. You're a unique expression, and that's all that fucking matters, you know. So, basically, you have you study law and you're doing a PhD, or you finished. I don't know,
Almost.
almost finished the PhD. Um, how was like possible for you to combine music and such like a hard like study as like law is, you know?
Man, some people think how can you do two things that are so different? Actually, that's the reason.
All right.
Um, because I have like a little bit of both. Um, and it's like, of course, this very emotionless law thing. Um, it's I don't know. Part of me, I think it's nice to do that, but like on the other hand, I need a way to express myself, and so like I have both of it, like this intellectual thing, and on the other hand, I have this I don't know playing punk rock shows and like going to punk rock shows, wearing my like worn out shoes, and like no one cares, and like everyone's accepted and no suits and stuff, and yeah, that's like I have a bit of both worlds, which is pretty cool.
Do
And
you do you think like at any moment or in some point in your life those two worlds can become one and you can apply like skills that you have from one world and skills that you have from another, combine them and do something about it? It's just a question, like.
it just developed the last years actually. At first I thought it's like totally like yeah, against each other. I don't know. I don't know how to express this in English.
Nah, no worries.
But it was I don't know. I was afraid of like having studied something like my heart is not into, and that was pretty bad. Like that was a bad feeling because I didn't know what to do with my future. And I don't know, all of a sudden I just thought, all right, just let it go. Like, universe will show me some way. Something great will happen. And I don't know, all of a sudden I noticed that my PhD has something to do with like copyright. And man, it was right there all the time.
So that's the thing, man. Like, people like for people that like might just like watch shows and stuff and like follow artists, they probably don't have like the notion that, like, for example, like a successful artist might have like lawyers and publishers and all these guys like behind it. So there is actually like from the beginning there was always actually like a spot for like people that, you know, that's the amazing thing, like, but it was even better because you discover yourself, you
Yeah.
know, and because you discover yourself, probably the drive is different now, you know, and what you want to obtain of it and what you like. Yeah, you have your heart on those two things
Yeah.
because now you're like, oh dude, these are like connected.
In
and
the end, they're connected, yeah. And it
in
was
the end they're
like,
connected. They're completely different
yeah,
things, you know, and the
absolutely.
way you execute like a show or you execute like lost stuff, they're like completely different ways, but you're one human being that are able to like spread your
Yeah,
energy between those two things, express yourself in those two things, and now you're like coming to a place where you can merge them. That's pretty awesome, dude.
it is, man. Thanks. And man, in the end, it's like, funny thing is, like I said before, it was there all the time, right in front of my face. So it's all a matter of mind setting. And once I changed that, I was like, whoa, why didn't I try that? It happened, man. And like right now, I'm just trying to find a way to, I don't know, combine these two worlds. And even if not, man, like law gives me the opportunity to play music.
Exactly.
Same thing. Like I can play shows I really want to play. I can go to places. I don't know if I have to spend money on it. Well, I do.
Yeah.
So I have like both both things, and like it's a pretty
No,
good
but
thing. Like
which I
it.
think is good, man. Like for someone that is like someone that is like beginning his career or her career like in music and stuff, to have like a side hustle, like if you want to do like it DIY and stuff, to have a side hustle is good,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And
And it gives me.
sometimes,
Yeah, sorry.
yeah, no, you go, brother. It's
And
fine, it's
actually,
fine.
man, it gives me the freedom to play whatever the fuck I want to play, right? If I want to
Exactly.
play a show in like I don't know fucking Timbuktu, I'm gonna do it. If it's like financially wise a disaster, fuck it. I've been to fucking Timbuktu, you know?
Yeah,
And so that's a good thing as well. So these two worlds actually like don't exclude each other. So you can actually combine them very, very well, even
yeah,
if you don't combine them in your job. Like
yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Boom. Super good point, man. That's I'm just trying to squeeze and get the juice, man. Like, man, that's really
Squeeze
nice,
me,
dude.
man.
Now, thank you for like all your inputs, man. Because like so far, this conversation has been really fucking interesting. And again,
You're
like
more than welcome.
it's a pleasure having you here. And for people that just join in, I'm talking to Dennis, his oclaire, and check his music. He's a fucking cool artist. And if you get in trouble, he might also help you out with other stuff.
As soon as I'm
Good.
finished, right? Yeah.
Talking about trouble. Um, I'm gonna. Yesterday, I was talking with Tiago, right? So we talked about that magnificent tour where he met you. But there's another tour that I want to talk about. Uh, how was like as a DIY musician or as a person, like or whatever, as you want to identify yourself a human being? How was the experience of um, like getting on like you were playing like singer songwriter stuff or like singing on a mic? What was the experience with me like, yo Dennis, let's play electric guitar, you come and play shows with us in the UK with Spanish love songs and ducking punches, and let's do this. And how was that experience, if you want to just tell everybody from the top, you know, because that was
um, dude, I
epic.
think how many plays do we do? How many shows do we play? Like 7 or 8?
Oh man, I
Uh,
don't
it
know,
doesn't it
man.
doesn't it doesn't really matter. Like in the end, I almost pissed my pants for 20 times, I think, because I never played an electric guitar like except from school back then in the days on stage. I didn't have an amp or anything. Like Dan from Ducking Punches um lent me his like this little tiny
Yeah,
orange thing. You know that? And it's
the
like
micro terror, not
the
the tiny
micro
terror,
terror,
the
yeah,
micro terror. Like,
which
and
was
man,
like this
like,
little toaster thing. And the first thing was like I was like, all right, I think if I can do this, I don't have to be afraid of so much stuff. And Nelson told me like we have a week to practice. It will be fine. So in the end, I went to London, brought my guitar, and I think I had like in the end like 5 hours to practice the songs, something like that. So I just made those. Do you remember my little papers? I still
Oh
have
yeah,
them.
I
Like
remember.
I wrote all the songs down with a pen and paper, and we went to London, and I put them on the stage, and I was like, shit, this is too dark to read it.
First show, 200 something people in the venue, and like you with the papers on the floor. It's like, yeah, let's go, punk rock.
Yeah. And the best thing was like, after the show, there was I forgot his name. He was a musician in the band as well, and he came to me and he was like, dude, that was pretty fucking awesome. Like, yeah, I'm not part of the band, just no, I mean you, man. I was like,
Yes,
oh fuck, thank you so much.
yes.
And I was like, all right, I
And it
think
was
I
cool.
and I
Like,
think I can do this. And after that, man, like it helped so much. It was like in the end, it was one of the coolest things I ever did. And to see all these wonderful places, to I don't know, one of the best moments was like, do you remember when we crossed the Scottish border?
obviously,
It
man,
was magnificent, man. And
that was beautiful, man. That was
it was
beautiful.
like it was like, all right, what am I afraid of? I'm just doing something like I always dreamed about, so just enjoy.
Yeah, man. And that's the thing. Like, um, like yesterday, Tiago was telling like about like all the jokes and all like the inside jokes and stuff. Like, but like in the moment, some people might be like, "Oh man, you're really getting to my nerves and shit." But like all all I'm like trying to say, or people that are already on tour trying to say is, "Yay, just chill. It's fine. We're gonna be like in this band for hours and hours and hours. We just need to like do something, laugh about it, you know." And that was like a really good lesson for all of us. Like all the tours we do, like every time we go on tour, it's a different experience. So it's
Mhm.
really nice to like do this progression as a touring musician and never stop touring, man. Like that's like the whole thing because touring will always be a new thing, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
because the moment will never be the same. So
yeah,
for that reason, you're probably always going to learn and experience new things. By the way, which leads me to the next question, which is another experience you had touring, but this was like a different thing. It was by your own, and you went to Canada.
yeah.
Um, how was the shows there, and like how Canada treat you, like because I know you had like a cool experience there, so I wanted
Man,
to just talk a little
that
bit about
was
that.
that was fucking awesome, dude. I went to Canada the first time in 2009, and I was volunteering this festival there. And I have like it's pretty much family. It is family. Like Sasha and Manu, they're living there, and so they were in the staff team of one of the festival. And yeah, I just volunteered it, and I was like, man, one day I think I'll play something like this. And I never forget about that. And almost 10 years later, I saw so many places with this little oclaire thing, which all started with my guitar on my couch. Was like, all right, if I can do crazy stuff like, I don't know, going there and going there, why not fucking going to Canada? And I just applied, and I think it was in February, something like that. I got a call from them, and they said, all right, if you want to play, play.
Fuck
And
yeah.
I was just screaming. I was so happy. And yeah, I went to Canada, played this festival, toured for a week or I don't know how long. And man, it was the best experience. People were so nice, and like one of the best experience was like I like to talk on stage about things that are going through my head and things like I don't know, I'm afraid of, or like I don't know. I try
Yeah,
to express
yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
songs. You get it. And one of the best experiences was fuck borders, man. Like, it doesn't matter where you go, people have the same problems everywhere. And that was so cool to experience. And to that time, I didn't actually know where I belong, and I was always looking for a place to call home, like how so many people are. And I
Yeah.
talked about that on stage, and after one of those shows, there was this old lady, probably like 70 something. She came to me, she like put her hand on my shoulder, and she was like, "Boy, you should call this your home."
Nice.
I was like, "Wow, thank you so much." And at
I got the
first of all,
shivers now, man. Fuck.
and then first of all, I meant like it's Canada, but she meant like no, it's like what you do right now. That's it. And that was a lesson.
Oh yeah, and a good one, man,
And
and a
like,
good one.
dude, I learned so much on that tour. I've hiked to a glacier with Sasha together. I don't know, he's part of the Canadian Rangers, which was fucking great trip. I saw like, do you remember that picture I sent you of those grizzly
Oh yeah, yeah,
footprints? And
yeah.
he's like, don't get yourself killed.
I was like, what? Why you're like with bears, man? Like you're crazy, dude.
And yeah, it was
No,
fucking amazing. And I played this festival and like, yeah, it was the best thing. Like there's
cool,
this
man.
this end thing when everyone sings like they always sing a song I can't remember right now, but I was standing on stage and I had sunglasses on, which was pretty cool because I was crying like a little child. I was like, I made it. I fucking made it.
Yeah,
And
brother.
I was
Fuck
so
yeah.
fucking happy, man.
Nah, that's amazing, brother. That's fucking cool. Another like so. I'm just checking time wise. Cool. We've been here for half hour already.
Whoa!
Man,
Time
it's
flies,
so
eh?
yeah, dude. Like it's really crazy because we talked about a lot of stuff and it just it was like really like flowing and half hour passed by like this.
Yeah.
No, man. Like it's really like again like to the Canada subject. It's really cool that you just like okay, cool. I have friends there. I have a guitar and songs and a project. I have an email. I have internet connection. I'll just put all these tools together and I'm gonna try, at least try, you know.
Yeah.
And the truth is, when you do that, it's a yes. Like life saying yes to you is really
Yeah.
easy, you know. I remember like when we met. Then we met like in the summer, and then we met again January 2017 or 18.
18. 18.
18,
Yeah.
and we toured together. And man, at that time I was reading Napoleon Hill Loves
Napoleon, yeah,
Success,
yeah, yeah.
and man, I remember all the talks we had like about like you know like go for it, just fucking do it, like be the best, like best version of yourself every day, you know. And it was actually good that you caught me like in the process of that book, because I think I think I take like a lot of books like pretty seriously, and like and I apply their like their fundamentals and stuff, at least try, you know, because if I
Yeah.
don't try it, I don't know if they work or not, you know. It happened with Power of Now. It happened like with Lost Success and all this kind of stuff. So so yeah, man. Like basically, it's really good to actually see that after January, and I got like to know you a little bit better. I've seen like the future stuff, like the stuff you did in the future, like after that event, and it made me really proud because I was like, dude, I tried to help this dude out, but he works like for himself, you know. Like he has focus, he has like his drive for this, you know. It's someone that I can like um reach and say, yo dude, like if you want to like try do this and this and this and that, and you're like cool, and you come like back at me months later and you did this and this plus this and that and that and that and that, you know. So it's really fucking cool to like like how yeah, to know like how proactive you are, and like I wanted to show that as well to people,
Yeah,
because
and
like frankly it's not like the easiest thing to because everybody's a human. Everybody has their personal life too, and their personal issues, and everybody has to deal with those things. And you deal with that, music, your studies, and I can pretty much say that you're succeeding in all of them, which makes me proud, dude. It's really
Man,
nice.
thank you.
It's really nice, man.
And man, it was at that time it was the best thing. Like all those talks we had about all those topics, they actually helped me so much, and I'm very thankful for that. I think I told you 1,000 times, but
Nah,
yeah,
man. Nah, and I told you 1,000 times as well, this kind of stuff, man. But it never gets old, you know.
yeah, yeah,
And I think it's this kind of conversations that people actually need to exchange more than like trying to push their point or prove a point. Like sometimes people have like two different points, they're two valid points, and they just need to figure out a way to connect those 2 points,
yeah,
like
and
and
it's
it's
possible.
awesome. Yeah, obviously it is, man. It is like I can use you almost as an example. Two things that probably wouldn't touch each other, and you boom, like law and music, and boof, easy. Um, I also have a little bit of time. If you want to do like any plug to any like business or venue or bands that you think they might need like some attention right now, and people might go like and follow, just like leave some plugs here. You can speak out or write in the comments.
Yeah, brother, in the end, there are so many. I think I don't actually have to name some of them because, like, I actually know a lot, and but like, if we all like all this Corona thing, it's not just about venues, but when it comes to venues, it's the same thing like friends or people or anything. Like, if we just take a look at our closer surroundings, there are so many possibilities to help people out, and I don't really know if we need people to point us on special venues or special people or anything. I think if we all
Perfect.
just take a close look on our surroundings, there's so much we can do. For instance, if there are friends right now who don't call for weeks or days, call them, because this is a fucking awful time for people who are suffering with mental issues, and sometimes a very short like, "Hey man, how you doing? Are you good?" helps.
Obviously.
And yeah, it's like with venues, it's with people. So if we
Yeah,
just all
yeah.
have a look on our closest surroundings,
Yeah,
I
because
think we know what to do.
behind the venues, behind the companies, behind the bands, there's always people, and
There's
there's
always
always people
people,
for it.
yeah.
Yeah, I do understand what you say, brother. Fuck
And
yeah.
it's like pretty much everywhere. And I don't know if we all have a close look on our surroundings, and if we all do that, I think it's worth way more than some people saying like help out them. Because if we all have like a euro or five or whatever to spare, like who
Yeah, man.
cares?
I understand it. Fuck yeah. Man. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much for your input, for your time, for your energy, man. This conversation was fucking amazing.
Thank you,
And
man.
yeah, dude, like I'm happy, like as I say to like my other guests and my friends, because pretty much like yeah, after this 1 hour talk, even people that are not my friends become friends anyways, but like if you ever want to use this platform again, if you ever want to talk like and raise awareness of an issue or something you think is necessary,
Yeah.
this is your platform, as it is my platform, and this is
Thank you,
like
man.
probably the new we bless this mess model, I don't know, but I've never like followed as well like the rules like exactly how they are. So if we bless this mess is a band and like educational project, let
It
it
is,
be,
yeah.
let it fucking be.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that you're also a part of this journey, because it's
Man,
awesome, man. Thank you
thank
so
you for
much.
having me. And I'm very looking forward to hug you analog, man.
Oh man, oh fuck yeah. Me too, brother. Fuck yeah, for sure. And man, when we can tour again, we'll tour again
Let's
together.
fucking do it, man. Please,
And
like, let's play fucking shows. I want to
fuck
tear
yeah,
down stages again. Like, I was thinking about playing some online shows. I gave it a try with this thing in Portugal. It was pretty cool, actually. And I tried another thing with Viva Con Agua. It just failed technically wise. I think we will try it again, but I don't know. It's like I miss the people. I miss the
yeah,
sweatiness, like the connection to people, like to see them smile, to see them think, to I don't know, get questions after shows. Like,
yeah.
man, I
I
don't get
get you,
this.
dude.
What the fuck did you do that? And
I get
like
you, man.
all of that, like being connected to people, making friends, and I miss this. So man, let's get back on the road, man.
Please, man, let's try to back as soon as get back as soon as possible because I really need to play music to people, man, and not through a screen, you know.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man.
I mean, I'm really thankful for because it's through a screen that we're doing this right now, you
Of
know.
course, yeah.
So I don't, I'm not hating on this. It's just,
No,
it's a
no, no,
different
don't
experience,
get
you
me
know.
wrong there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's a good thing, but like in the end it's like I want to go back, I want to see
yeah.
people.
I totally get you, man. I totally get you. Dude, once again, man, thank you so much for this conversation.
Thank you, man.
I hope I can see you soon. Keep strong
So do I.
mentally, physically, dude, and keep being you because you're unique and you're fucking amazing, dude. Fuck
Man,
yeah.
so are you. If anything's
Boom.
wrong, you got my number, man.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. And thank you for that as well, man. Thank you, dude.
Ever. Bye bye, dude.
Bye bye,
Bye,
brother.
everyone.
So, guys, thank you so much for watching. This was a fucking incredible conversation. I'm really happy that I'm able to do this. This is the last show of the week. Um, Tomorrow, I'm gonna announce the guest for next week, and yeah, I'll see you next week with more guests and more conversations. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for following this. Yeah, make sure you're like and stuff and oclaire stuff and like guest stuff and my stuff if you have the time. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Thank you for joining and thank you for listening. And yeah, bye bye.